When I think about sharing the good news of Jesus Christ with other people, I have in my mind this ideal situation where everything will be perfect and at just the right moment, I will say the right thing. But if those circumstances don't align with my expectations, usually I'm hesitant to share. Hey everyone, thanks for joining me as we look at Acts 28, 1 through 10. The title of our time together, Your Wreck is My Witness. Well, as we see Paul shipwrecked on the island of Malta, we can say that the circumstances are less than ideal, but he uses these circumstances to still be a witness to the goodness of Jesus. In verse 5 and 6, we read the following after Paul was bitten by a snake. But Paul shook the snake off into the fire and suffered no ill effects. The people expecting him to swell up or suddenly fall dead, because that's what everyone else did, but after waiting a long time and seeing that nothing unusual happened to him, they changed their minds and said he was a god. Well, now we have known enough about Paul. He's not going to let their concept of him being a god sit. In fact, he wants to use the platform that he has just been given to point them to the one true God and how forgiveness is available through Jesus. Well, after this experience, we're introduced to a man named Publius, who is the chief official on the island. His father is sick, and Paul gets an opportunity to go to his father and pray for him. It says in verse 8 and 9, Paul went to see him and after prayer placed his hands on him and, you read it right, healed him. When this happened, the rest of the sick on the island came and were cured. As they were cured, you know that Paul was once again witnessing to the power of Jesus in this situation. None of the situations that Paul is in while he's on this island are ideal, but he is using someone else's wreck to turn it into a witness. We need to remember as we get ready to share the love of Jesus with others that there are no ideal situations, only faithful witnesses. Let me say that again. There are no ideal situations, only faithful witnesses. Ask God for an opportunity to share his love with others today, regardless of the circumstances. Join me tomorrow as we look at the journey with Jesus. God bless and have a great day.